Emeka Ihedioha, you call citizens saboteurs because they dare to vote for good governance, accountability, and transparency. You call citizens saboteurs because they dare to go with a candidate who is competent, who has character and capacity. You are sitting down there and telling people that, oh, that after Atiku Abubakar, it will be the turn of Igbo. No, it will be your turn. That's why you want people to go that way, even when they consider there's a better candidate who happens to come from their region. We are not saboteurs. You are the saboteur. You and your ilks are the saboteurs of Nigeria. Those who have held our country back, those who have done only that which is in their interest, those who have not had the backing of the people, have not had the backing of the people from their own place and from other places. You that have continuously kept every one of us down so that you will be the only one who is riding at the top. And it's so angering you guys today that you're not the ones that people are rallying around. We are not saboteurs. You are the saboteurs of this nation. They have refused to allow us be the great nation that we're supposed to be. Those of you that have focused only on yourselves and your families and your cronies and your stooges and the people around you. You are the saboteurs. We are not the saboteurs, and we'll continue to support Peter Gregory Obi. Yes, we are from Edo. We are from Lagos, we are from Adamawa, we are from Kano, we are from Katsina, we are from Kaduna, we are from Borno, we are from Adamawa, we are from Cross River, we are from Rivers, we are from Delta, we are from all over Nigeria and Nigerians that are not in Nigeria. Yes. And if you call us saboteurs, yes, let us be the saboteurs for bad governance. Let us be the saboteurs for the killings that have been going on. Let us be the saboteurs to all the evil, the corruption, the lack of good quality education, the lack of development, the lack of employment. We are saboteurs to all those things. We will work for a nation that works for all of us. We will work for a nation where the child of nobody can become somebody without knowing anybody. That we will continue to repeat until it gets into you people's heads that indeed Nigerians, we are tired. We are tired of being your slaves. We are freeing ourselves so that our children will not be slaves to your own children. That's what you guys want to entrench. You want to continue to entrench this. You sit down there, a man like you comes to you and look at you and tell you that until he finishes his own presidential tenure before your whole region can get one. And instead of you to sit down and be ashamed, instead of you to sit down and be angry, instead of you to sit down and look him in the eye and say, what rubbish is that? You're going around and telling your people that, oh, they are saboteurs because you are waiting. If you think say you be slave, not be everybody think say them be slave. So that's saboteuring. We would saboteur all those bad things that have been happening. For those who don't know this thing, let me go. I was supposed to start with this, but honestly, it's so irritating and so annoying. Just seeing how these politicians are behaving, sitting down and telling people all sort of this thing. What Emeka Ihedioha is simply saying to you that it will be his turn after Atiku, the local kind of mentality. So now you people should pipe down. Now he wants to be governor. This was somebody that, seeing him when he was removed as governor, feeling so sad that how could the Supreme Court would have done something like that to him and bring in something. No, he wants to emilocon his way to Aso Villa. He will now enter and do governor. After his 8 years of governor, Atiku will finish 8 years of presidency, God forbid, and then they will not give it. He will now enter as the preferred Igbo candidate. We are not looking for Igbo candidate. We are looking for candidate that is competent with character and capacity. And right now we have one who happens to be Igbo. His Igbo-ness is not our business. His competence, character, and capacity is what is our business. So when the whole and the election does start, you begin to see all the fans. This one not be the one person they play with, this down, they joke with enough for this thing. On this one, let me tell you, Nigerians, we are fighting for our lives. We are fighting for our lives. This is not even a joke. You understand? These people, now that they've seen that the people have risen up, they're going to bring all sorts of things, and so we have to stay focused. Stay focused on February 2015 and get it out there. For this thing, let me read out the this is from Sahara Reporters. I've seen a lot of newspapers that have carried it, where Imo State ex-governor Ihedioha was saying that you must not support Peter Obi unless you're saboteurs. Yes, we are saboteurs of bad and evil governance that has been happening in Nigeria. The Supreme Court sacked governor stated this in a video seen by Sahara reporters on Tuesday while instructing his kinsmen about the dangers of voting for Peter Obi in the general election. Former Imo State Governor and former Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, Emeka Ihedioha, has warned his kinsmen and supporters that anyone working for the Labour Party presidential candidate, Peter Obi, is a saboteur. The Supreme Court sacked governor stated this in a video seen by Sahara reporters on Tuesday while instructing his kinsmen about the dangers of voting for Peter Obi in the general election. Ihedioha was overheard telling his listeners that Igbos projecting the Labour Party presidential candidate were taking a risk of their lives. All the lives that have been killed when the other two parties that they see. I kept telling you people, these two parties are the same. Say now they are not campaigning for each other. People no one here. Nigeria is in search for leadership. We cannot stay away. I understand the ethics. It is either we get involved or we are not. There are two parties, the PDP and the APC. They hear them, ba? Those who don't know should know. There is a party called Labour Party and it's feeding a competent presidential candidate. When it comes to presidency, that's the one we are voting for. All the other ones, we will look for who are the most competent, whatever party they come for, and we will vote them. Those who don't know should know. APC is the name of criminals, rogues, among other names. If you vote any other place, you are a saboteur. After Atiku Abubakar, the next president will come from the southeast of Nigeria. That he is, it will emilocon him. Everybody want to emilocon their way into the villa. I don't blame una, but thank God say people don't wake up. After that is the gospel in Accra, Ghana. If somebody tells you another thing, that person must win in Zamfara, Sokoto, Kebbi, Borno, Yobe, Adamawa, Kaduna, Kano, Katsina, Niger, Kwara, Plateau, Benue, Jigawa, among other northern states before you can be president of Nigeria. Emotions and sentiments don't win election. You must be realistic to win election. You must plan to win election. That is where I belong. Yeah, that's where you belong, and that's where we are. Totally agree with you. Emotions don't win election, and that's why we're keeping our emotions aside. We're focusing on the goal ahead, and we're doing all that we can to ensure that our candidate gets into office and work for him. People are already doing that. Nigerians are sitting up, and Nigerians are doing the needful. So for those of you who are waiting to on your way into the president, I've got another thing for you. Nigerians are waking up, and by the grace of God, they will stay awake, and they will ensure that all of you that have been saboteurs of good governance, accountability, and transparency, every one of you will be kept by the roadside while we build that new Nigeria where the child of nobody can become somebody without knowing anybody. That's the Nigeria that we are. That's the Nigeria we continue to work towards. That's the Nigeria we are aiming for. And that's the Nigeria that we all are going for. Whether you like it or not, we don't care. We're tired of the suffering. We've suffered, and we're not going to continue the suffering. Imagine, ASU strike is still on. I started university 1992. That is 30 years ago. 30 years ago, I started university. There was ASU strike. Over the years, there were times we spent months, sometimes almost a year. Sometimes schools were shut down. We stayed, we suffered. 30 years later, one of my children is a graduate. The other one is in school. So 30 years later, I have children who are now in university. One has finished. Yet, there's ASU strike. Then cost us. Even it's from when I entered university to this day, we couldn't solve it. If people couldn't solve it, then we are not part of the solution. Look, Emeka Ihedioha. We don't slave for una. I agree. Na mumu we be. We don't mumu nice follow you. We follow una. We dey fear. We no gree comot. We sit down like emuju. They take our head do anyhow. Now so we sit down for this country. But you see these children where we born, they no go do emuju to our own children. Now lie by the grace of God. We go work am. Say these children where we born, this Naija go also be their country. They go sit down gidigba. No be the one where some people go think say na their own Nigeria. They go dey take people they do anyhow. You sit down there, they tell us say na it go be Igbo talk. They man like you, they insult you and your people. You don't even see anything inside. No way. We are not taking that anymore. This Nigeria, by the grace of God, by the grace of God, we will do better thing. By the grace of God, Nigeria, must work in our lifetime by the grace of God, or we die trying. Simple as A, B, freaking D.